Hey everybody, JJ here. Boom boom. It is Friday, January 22nd, 2021. And I am still at work recording this video. Luckily I work at home, so no one can tattle on me. None of my coworkers can tattle on me for doing this on the clock. Alright. Alright, technically I'm at lunch. I'm not really breaking any rules for those of you that would try to get me in trouble. But a lot to talk about today. Let's get into the markets here real quick. The Dow Jones was down. We're still hanging around 31,000 though. S&P down slightly. NASDAQ was actually up. Russell 2000 up. Oil down $1 per barrel, putting in at $52. That's still expensive considering that the type of economy and the job losses that we're witnessing right now in this country. Gold, silver both took a bit of a hit. I do believe that those are still suppressed assets. And yes, I still believe that there's big things going to be happening in the very near future for precious metals and gold and silver, especially silver. And just like I started predicting back in mid-December that we're going to see big things unfold, well, it's already been chaotic, and I've already been correct on that call. And let's talk about a few other things that I have been predicting that actually came true, and a current trade that I think you might be interested in if you're looking to try to take advantage of these wild markets right now. But between the job losses, the small businesses being wiped out, and it's causing a lot of hardship, not just for the business owners, but all the employees of these small businesses that went under. But I wanted to share a quick story here about a Minnesota boxing club owner. This owner, business owner, small business, had to shut down 2 out of 3 of his boxing gyms. And a quick excerpt here. They've had to sell 2 of their boxing businesses. He estimates they've lost at least $800,000 just since March of last year. But for now, he's going to keep his business and teach classes open at this other location because that's the only way he can make a living. So what we're seeing is in some areas, these business owners are defying the shutdown orders, and in many times they're getting really heavily fined. And you also might be familiar with this gym owner in New Jersey. He had $165,000 worth of assets confiscated and basically just went into his accounts, pulled it out of there. Now he can't defend himself. He can't afford a defense attorney. And these businesses that are still surviving for now, they are being punished. A lot of businesses are being punished. Their money's in a checking account or in a savings account. It's accessible, right? You can have people fraudulently go in and take the funds. You could also have governments come in and seize it from you if you're accused of doing something like this gym owner right here. But yeah, $165,000 in assets seized. How does a business owner survive? How do they come back from this? And now they can't even defend themselves, so it's going to be another business going under. Employees that work there out of business, unemployment line. What's this guy going to do for work now? Is he going to be on the unemployment line with his employees, with his former employees? It's pretty insane what's happening right now. All right, so what we're seeing here is not just shutdowns. It is an attack on entrepreneurship, on being a hardworking businessman or woman, and it's gonna just wreak havoc. It's already wreaked havoc. It's gonna get much, much worse because now what's gonna stop the city and state quote-unquote leaders from really clamping down? And it's gonna be a lot of people going from being a business owner, a hardworking person, to now collecting a payout and standing in line with the rest of the people that got laid off. And I just don't see much recovering from this. You know, maybe the infection will run its course, clear up. But either way, it's going to be very, very tough for the country to recover from this. So if you're in the group, the category that still has a job, be very, very thankful because this is going to get worse and worse. And like I've been saying here, eventually it may come up to your and up to my doorstep. I'm lucky enough as of today to be working, to still have an income. But when all the customers that I have at my business, I'm not a business owner, but I still work for a company. When all the customers get broke, even people that think they're secure in their job now are going to be facing a lot of pain. Also, people that think they have stable jobs in the government, a lot of city, state employees are seeing budget cuts, and they're seeing pensions get pulled back, pensions get pulled away. All right, big cuts, big pain. But I want to thank Patrick over at Twitter. He's a fellow San Diegan here. We were chatting a bit, and he posted this picture rather. I think he messaged it to me. Starbucks in Rancho San Diego, which is the east part of San Diego here, is closing down. You don't see too many Starbucks close down. So is it a sign of the times? Now there's already, in my opinion, way too many Starbucks, but people love their coffee. Right, there comes a point where so many people are living paycheck to paycheck that you're going to have to start cutting back somewhere, and you're going to start seeing businesses that are pretty stable, or businesses that you didn't see a lot of shutdowns or layoffs. You're going to see those going under too, and here's just an example. So thank you to Patrick for putting that out there on Twitter and messaging me that. That's pretty cool. Now on that note, a lot of us we have to try to do what we can do to try to stay ahead, and yes, I do trading sometimes. I'm mostly just a sit and hold guy as far as accumulating precious metals. Miner stocks, I've been holding those since those dropped big time a few years ago. But also I do look for opportunities, and I think that Gamestop's going to be a good short right here. Take a look at the stock. Gamestop went up from about the $6 range to $64. So what I'll be doing is putting in some put options, and I'll probably date those for about 6 to 7 months out to take care of any drop. Whenever you see a parabolic move like this, there's usually always going to be some sort of correction. If you look back to the previous surges in this stock, you see it go up to 41 and then drop all the way back down to 14. We see it jump back up to 38 and then end up dropping back down to 6, right? So there's going to be a pullback. It may stay up here for a few days, a few weeks, a few months, but I think within 6 or 7 months it's going to be lower than it is now. Whenever you see a huge parabolic surge like this, it's always a good idea to short the stock. And I don't really like shorting stocks unless it's done through a put option. That way your money's not all tied up and you won't have a unlimited loss. If you short a stock, your loss opportunity is unlimited because it can go up, it could double, it could triple. Right now I don't think this stock is going to do that, but that's just why I like put options versus shorting stocks. Right, a lot of this is you just look at the chart and you see this type of run up. The same thing with Bitcoin. You may remember my call a few weeks ago when Bitcoin ran up over 40,000. I said there's going to be a pullback, and what do we see? A huge 25% pullback down to about 31, 32,000. All right, and I just want to add, the reason I do this, the reason I invest, is because I expect one day my job to be gone. I'm fortunate enough right now to still be working. Right, I happen to work in the financial sector, but this thing is expanding, this debt job-killing machine. And sure, they can find ways to try to put off the day of reckoning, but there's not too much more tricks that they can pull out of their bag. Interest rates are already low. They've already tried trillions and trillions of new debt stimulus, kicking the can down the road. So I'm going to try to continue to protect myself, and I think you're going to do the same. When I find myself up on an investment, I take some off the table and try to put more into silver. That's the key right there. I think silver is going to play a very important role in the future in the monetary system. So you can say that I do have a silver lining outlook on all of the clouds and all the darkness that we're seeing come down on this world right now, and a lot of people are in a lot of struggle right now. All right, continue to prepare, invest, be careful how you spend your money. Try not to waste money because this thing is going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. But let's keep hoping, praying, preparing. It's going to be all for today, everybody. Thanks for watching. Stay well, stay safe, stay prepared. Bye for now. Peace.